The saddle is really big and comfy. Basically what they wanted to do is recreate their existing cruiser models that have a lot of power, smooth riding on the roads, or a little bit of off-road if needed, but it folds up nice and compact. We're out and about with a new electric bike. I've got a little bit of help from Blake.
How you doing?
Now this is actually pre-recorded, but I am personally going to be in the chat on the side. The Model F is their first folding bike from the electric bike company. There's the hinge point right there. They say this will do 28 miles an hour. Think we should find out for sure?
I think we should definitely find out. 12, 15, 16.
He's gonna find out.
20. Well, I'm hitting 20.
Either he's still getting up to speed or he's just having fun and he's not coming back.
So I got 20 out of it.
Never mind, he is coming back. Oh, there's probably a speed limit. We should check that. Yeah, we're gonna peel this off so we can see it. Crank that all the way up.
Oh yeah.
It is not fully charged, but we're still gonna test it, see what happens.
21, 22.
While he's on speed run number 2, let me tell you some of the other specs on the bike. It has a 300-pound weight capacity. It does have hydraulic brakes, and they have 180mm rotors. I like the wheel size and the tires, but Blake is back. Let's see what he got.
Maxed out at 23 miles an hour. So it might be the low battery.
Probably have to try this again. Back to the wheels. These are not your regular wheels you would see. Most folding bikes are going for 20-inch wheels, but I think they made the right choice and opted for 24s. These rather large tires, the setting on the display, I noticed these are set to 24. It's probably a little small, so the speed might be reading a little lower. We'd have to get a tape measure out and check that. So the final word on the top speed is that yes, it will do 28 miles an hour with a couple of little changes. I actually did put a tape measure to the tires and the outer diameter is 26 inches. That's what you want to have set on the display. So the speed was actually reading a little bit low our first time around. So what you've got is a folding bike that doesn't ride like a usual folding bike. It rides like a bigger bike. And the other thing to point out is how wide these tires actually are. They're rated at 3 inches. Not only will the bike be comfortable on road and soak up any little potholes or bumps, but realistically you could go on some light dirt or gravel paths and it's going to do that just fine as well.
It feels really, really nice. The 20-inch wheels, you'll get a little bit more bumps out of the road, even pavement. But the 24s will roll better. Just like going up from like 26, 27.5, 29.
I mentioned the brakes while you were riding back and forth.
They feel really nice actually. They're not too bad.
Bengal Aries 3. Bike does have front suspension.
It's adjustable, you can lock it out too.
And the tires are also reinforced. It says right there they are premium puncture resistant technology. We will see about that at the end of the video. There's a glare on the screen, but this is the KT LCD 8H to be exact. I like it because you can adjust just about every setting. Speed limits, you can adjust pedal assist settings, you can change how the throttle operates. This is the nice bright red paint job they offer. They also come in white and black. You have integrated headlights and taillights. If you spend a little bit more money, you can upgrade the bike so it has functional brake lights, turn signals, a high beam, low beam, and a horn.
By subscription only. Just kidding.
It's not a BMW. You can see the electric bike company logo on the motor. They don't actually say what the wattage is on their website. At least I couldn't find it. Having ridden a bunch of their bikes before, and from Blake's first impressions, how many watts do you think this is?
750, I would think, somewhere in there.
If it really does 28 miles an hour on a full battery, it pretty much has to be a 750. Most of their other bikes, they rate at 750, and the wattage actually peaks much higher. What we could do, have you just hop on the bike and just give it full throttle from a stop and watch the wattage on the screen and see what does it spike up to. And that would give us a pretty good idea of what its peak is.
I'm at level 5. I'm gonna go from a dead stop right here, like a drag race.
Full throttle.
1, 2, 3. 790. I think it was 796 was like the highest wattage.
So you're getting a little more than 750 watts, and the battery is actually pretty low.
That's kind of real world study a little bit. But
Exactly. I mean, that means 750 is like a worst case. These guys that are like riding probably pedal bikes over there on the highway, like you could just blow right by them.
yeah, easy, without a sweat.
As a follow-up to that, when the battery has a better charge on it, I saw the peak wattage go over 900 watts. So definitely easily a 750 watt motor. I think there's only two things left we gotta see. One is, how does this bike fold up? Did you say this is your first time folding a bike ever, or
I've
just this
never
one?
folded a bike.
And two, are these tires actually puncture resistant? So first you've got the pedals.
Yeah.
Somehow, something, because they're all slightly different, something probably pushes in. Oh, I think you got it, and then it folds
There we
over.
go. So
He just figured it out already. See,
we
that
push
was
in the
easy.
cage, and then we fold it over.
Boom,
Easy.
done. Next is the handlebars, and there's a lever there with a little safety switch on it.
Push up on this, open, and then just comes down.
See, he's never done that before. You've got the big latch right down in the middle that folds the entire bike in half.
Okay, so I will, push down on this, opens up. Let me swoop this back. Comes open.
Okay.
Feels like it's pretty
and
easy.
Let's
That's
see
my
what happens.
knee to crack it a little bit.
Width-wise this way, this looks really good. You could even pull the seat off if you need a little more clearance. Height-wise, it's still fairly tall when it's folded up. And that's just because it's using 24-inch wheels. That's the trade-off you're gonna get. You're gonna have a nicer ride, but it's not gonna be quite as compact. We're gonna see if these tires really are puncture resistant. I'm pretty sure those little bush things over there are goat heads, which are infamous for making flat tires. These are star thistles. I might regret this. I figure worst case scenario, we'll just put some flat out in it afterwards. We've got a ton of weeds, goat heads, star thistles, all sorts of things all along the side of the road. Blake's just gonna ride through that and hope for the best. It's been several days since that initial run over all of those thorns and bushes, and both tires are holding up perfectly fine. It's a good looking bike, it rides well, and you can get all of this for just $17.99, or perhaps even less, because we are going to auction off this very bike to the highest bidder. So if you want to get in on the action and place a bid on the bike, you can do that right here.